Did you guys know?
Have your attention, please. Hello, I am speaking up. Hello. Sorry, folks. We're calling the meeting to order. It is 6 p.m. on April 25th. This is April 26th for the community meeting for the AGRC. Come to order.
It is 6 o'clock.
Right up, straight up. Billy, attendance, please. Diane?
Here.
Francis?
Here.
Joe?
Here.
Billy? Here. Sue?
Here.
Teresa?
Here.
Diana?
Here.
Barb?
Here.
Katie?
Yes.
Oh, Penny.
You.
Thank you. Everybody have a copy of the general membership meetings from March 22nd, please. Okay. Any additions, corrections, or deletions to the minutes of March 22nd? Seeing and hearing none, all those in favor of accepting as submitted, please raise your hand. Anyone opposed? Thank you very much. Oh, it's all yours for the treasurer's report.
We get starting balance of 73.44.45. I think the minutes showed a different amount than that, and since last month I had to correct a little bit. So the new adjusted balance is 43.44.45, and we've received $50 as part of the IOU payment for the goes back to the dessert auction, and we've paid out 75.78 for event supplies for food, and event paper goods $2.2202. Office supplies $7. Storage 88 is for lights. Technology 44, emergency committee 26.41, and I'll have to research that because Francis and I were having a discussion about whether that part of that's block watch or not.
Get into the category.
Yeah. And $25 for gift cards for last month. Total payouts. A total cash flow of $239.13 leaves an ending balance of $7,105.32. And the backside of this report shows where we're at on our budget remaining for the year, and we are hardly even biting into it yet so far. So we're in good shape.
Any questions with regard to the budget? All those in favor of accepting as submitted, please raise your hand. Anyone opposed? Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to start off with the survey. First of all, Francis and Teresa and Steffi and I would like to say thank you. We had a really decent return on the surveys. It gave us a lot of really good information about where we're actually doing well. So that was good. We had a lot of ideas that went to Francis and Stephanie that I'm sure they're still going to be working on for a while, for people who volunteered and, you know, other things. But the highlights of this were the three top things that people were interested in continuing to do. And one was very nice, was potlucks, the individual ones in individual buildings. That was something we hadn't seen since COVID. So it was really nice to see that again, that people want to start socializing together, you know, in their buildings again. So there's a bug under your butts there. So get going. The second thing was cultural events on site. So that's something we'll be working on with various people and committees and with our new equipment. It's one of the reasons that we have the new equipment, that we'll be able to roll around and do that. So, that was a good one. And the other one was adult education classes. So we're looking into that too to see how we might be able to do that. We can hook up with either the U or Seattle U or some of the other places that do education extension, like the extension at the University of Washington, stuff like that. So that was very telling about what people, you know, were really, really interested in. The other ones at the top were sporting events. Facilities tours was kind of low. Political forums, about the same as it's been in the past. Some people are interested in them. We've had fun with the last general election, the presidential election, where we watched the debates and had discussions afterwards, and that was really fun. And organized discussion groups. People are interested in doing that. So, you know, you guys put your thinking caps on and start putting some things in the suggestion box so we can figure out how to make these things into reality. And then on the outside dining trips and outside events, this was really interesting. They were overwhelmingly, people wanted more dining trips and they wanted more outside events. Didn't come as a surprise, but the numbers were way bigger than I expected. I can tell you that from past surveys. So one of the things is, you know, you'll see some changes coming up in the next couple months with limited drivers right now still, and switching some of maybe the later in the week food ideas to some of the other events that people want to go to. One of the things that we got a great many comments on from people, a lot of people wrote comments this time, more than ever before. And I think we had one snarky one. I mean, literally, it was good. And it wasn't really snarky, but I'm just saying that everybody was really positive in the things that they wrote this time. So you can tell that, you know, the environment is changing post-COVID, thank God. Okay. One of the common comments was about the dining trips, that it's always the same handful of people, and that is true. So I'm not criticizing that. It's the group of people that like to go and do that. But it does preclude us from doing, you know, other things that other people may be interested in doing that doesn't include a dining event. And so we have another driver now. His name is James. I know that they're still looking for another driver. Hopefully, you know, Barry, I think, is getting tired. And if we can get another, you know, driver, it's going to give us more opportunities, but we're going to start taking some of those opportunities now and shifting some things around. The weather's better. We can get outside. We can go to more places and things like that. So pay attention to the calendar is what I'm telling you. But we really did appreciate the response to the surveys. They've always been good, but this one was especially good. So I have three gift cards, and is there anybody here at their first meeting? Can you stand up, Holly? I know, introduce yourself and tell us how you got here.
My name's Holly Lee. I moved here 12 days ago, 13 days ago, from Richmond, Virginia. Yep. I'm a sister here in Seattle, so that's why I moved out here. I've never been to the West Coast before, so
You'll love it.
And Holly lives in the A building. So stand up, Holly. I'm going to have you do some work here. So I would like you first to pick a number between 1 and 7.
great.
Number 3 is Barb Stevens. She just won for her survey in the A building. I now would like you to give me a number between 1 and 10. Number 9 is Georgianne Hansen. Is she here tonight? We will get this over to her. And Holly, one more time between 1 and 6.
2.
Diane Jones, and we will get that to her. She is recovering from surgery. So those are the three people that got lucky enough to get $15 gift cards for doing their survey. Oh, sorry, Diane Jones is in C building. She's on the wrong list. Holly, stand up. We'll now go between 1 and 5. Number 1 is Susan Jeffrey. Come get your money. This one goes. There you go. Enjoy your money. A building was, so thank you very much. We appreciate that. We don't usually give incentives to get people to do things, but the survey is worth it because it tells us so much. Okay, moving on down the line. Coffee with a Cop. Coffee with a Cop was interesting this time. It was a little more quiet. We only had a couple people here, but the conversation was very interesting. And I think that we lit enough fire, and thanks for anybody who sent to Find It, Fix It. If you've been taking those pictures and sending them in, thank you very much. But I think we finally got the attention on the truck that was in the back to convince the appropriate parties that there was business going on back there. And I think that's really the only reason that they got him out of there, because he was living in the truck, and that's a whole nother mess that we know about. But they moved him out, and then the next day or 2 days later, there was a garbage truck there who came and cleaned everything up. So it's all cleaned up back there. So just so you know that Find It, Fix It is effective. Yeah. Java with Jackie. It turned out to be very good. Jan, I'm not taking questions. Java with Jackie turned out to be really, really good. She came in with an agenda thanks to Sue and her kind of squaring up the meeting. She had her agenda all together. She stuck to it, and the meeting was really good and informative. And because of her agenda, the questions were few. So for those of us who have been around here for eons, it was a very pleasant change. Yeah. So I think there's another one coming up somewhere down the road. You'll get another Java with Jackie notice. So it was a success. Karaoke will be back Sunday night. Let's turn out for Cammie. The month that Cammie have off, she took off from everybody. She's doing a whole lot better. So let's turn out for karaoke Sunday night and have some fun with Cammie. She'll be really happy to see everybody. The memorial for Alan will be sometime in June. I haven't picked a date yet. Just watch the bulletin boards. I think that's about the earliest I can wrap my head around it. So, but it's going to be a party. It's not going to be, let's cry over Alan being gone. We're going to celebrate Alan being here, and that's what he would like. I can guarantee it. Yeah, we will definitely celebrate his life. Before I go on with the meeting, though, I would like to take a moment. Losing Alan was really, really difficult for lots of us. I don't want to say that it was more difficult for me than it was for you, because I don't know that. But it really was difficult. And then 10 days later, we lost Ruth Dean. And that's been really hard because Ruth and Alan, were really part of the beginning. Alan moved in here in November, and Ruth was very shortly after that, I think in the following spring. I'm not real sure, but I think that's pretty accurate. And they were both really, really active in this community from the beginning. Alan was part of the formation of the AGRC. Ruth was early on doing things. It's, Ruth is one of the most responsible people for the food bank today. She took it upon herself to be the organizer of the volunteers and how the whole process would run and everything like that. And, we were lucky that, they came to us when they did, and that she was here at the time, because she did take on a big job. And thankfully our food bank's been organized, from the beginning very, very well. Alan and Ruth both took part in Reader's Theater. Ruth was actually very funny. and would always crack us up in rehearsal. Alan loved theater too. So, but I said, those two are really giant losses for this community. Some of you may not have known them, but believe me, you are reaping the benefits of them having been here. So, when our memorial bench gets here, you know, that's going to be a big deal, and that's coming, and I'll get to that in a minute. But anyway, that's kind of my 2 cents on Alan and Ruth. I hope we don't lose anybody for a while. That was a little bit much to take. Still haven't got bingo straightened out. Enough said. Birthday party is going to be on the 4th Wednesday in May. That is May 22nd, because there are 5 Wednesdays in May. Let's not get confused. We don't want Kathy coming in here on the wrong week with a cake, or coming here with no cake. Anyway, thanks for moving the party the other day at the last minute, Kathy. That was very nice. Carmen, hopefully we can get a date set up with these kids pretty soon. That's always, you know, something in motion. We will do the piano bar, which I've been crazily calling it our potato famine party. But that's going to be on May 31st. Friday night, May 31st, we'll have a potato bar. It'll be a fundraiser. And so we're going to need some volunteers very soon for that. First of all, we just have to kind of get one organized with Stephanie to find out exactly what's going to be on the bar. And there's that. And then, and speaking of volunteers, next Friday in the afternoon around 2:30, we need some volunteers from here to go up to the White Center Food Bank and decorate it. The volunteer appreciation dinner for 63 volunteers we have on this property now, which is unbelievable. So that meant our appreciation dinner for the volunteers couldn't be done on property this year because we can't do it in one room. So that will take place at the White Center Food Bank, and we have to set that room up on Friday night. And then the party will be on Saturday, and the Shag Bus will take anybody up there that is on the invitee list and that needs a ride. So, but definitely need volunteers in the afternoon. We've got to set up the tables, get them decorated. It's not going to be hard work. It'll probably take us an hour, but we do need to get it done, and then we can get the heck out of there.
How many volunteers do you?
I would like about 6 people if we can get them. Yeah. Tables will be delivered. We just have to set them up. Events committee has taken that. She's got some notes. I'm sure she's going to give it to you, but just as a reminder, the night out party, first Tuesday in August is August 6th. And that's used to be called Lights Out America, and I think it is called National Night Out. Is that it? Yeah, it's called National Night Out now. We're already on the list for our precinct to be here. So I got on early, and because you got to apply, and if you don't get your name in time, nobody comes to visit you. And then going along with that, Coffee with a Cop has been set up for the next one for September. So we already have a date for that. I don't know. I have to look at my notes. Somewhere around the 1st of the month after Labor Day. Shredder, I'm getting a feedback from Judy and Billy about Shredder and people not signing up for it. So I'm going to send this discussion off to the executive board. And I think my offer is, I think maybe we should just go to doing shredding quarterly or on an as-needed basis, but we'll leave it up to the board to figure it out. But yeah, it's not right for them to drag everything up and just sit there for 4 hours and do nothing. Unless there's somebody else that wants to volunteer to do that. I don't think so. Phone lists have been distributed, and there was a mistake that we've already corrected and apologized for. But your phone list, if you filled out your paperwork properly, your phone list should have been in your door in the last couple days. Otherwise, if you didn't do that, there won't be another phone list until next April. Were you on the phone list?
Well, I have to be. But I should have been. I didn't look, but I was amazed
to see, it was 2 pages.
Yeah.
It's 4.
But not the way, oh, that's not all the pages it's been,
No, I know
everybody.
because people did not respond the way they were supposed to. We told you if you didn't want to be, if you didn't respond, you're going off. If you didn't want to be on there and you wanted to be taken off, you needed to let us know. Some people did let us know. And then we had many new people. It was very, very clear. I'm sorry, Judy, I'm not going to argue over it. It was very clear what to do to be on the list.
Right, but it's worthless the way it is.
It's not worthless.
There's very few people.
That's their fault, not my fault, not your fault. That's their fault.
Or their personal choice.
And it could have been their choice not to come back on. And some of them let us know that they no longer wanted to be on the list.
There was a lot of people that didn't,
Yes,
so they're.
right. We have all the paperwork, believe me.
We're through it 4 times.
Yep. Yes. But that's what I said. It's, you know, it's a personal choice, Judy. But still, a lot of people have a very nice phone list and you can now get in touch with your neighbors. And that's the whole point. Yeah. Okay, and you know, and if a lot of people complain about it, when they get the deal next year, they'll know what to do. Let's see, what else did I have coming up? Trying to remember. Oh, couple of reminders. We've been doing this a little bit individually. But when you are in your lobby or going into the building, and there's somebody that let's just say you're sitting in your lobby and somebody wants to come in and you want to hop up and let them in, that's great. Do not hop up and use the handicap button. Get up, push the bar on one door and open the door, please. One of the reasons that we have people coming in here unescorted, uninvited, and improperly is because people use the handicap button, both doors open, and they stay open for the longest period of time because that's what they're supposed to do. So try to remind people when you're in the lobby to please not use that button. And the same for yourself. Don't use that button if you don't need the button. Because if you're opening it to go outside and you're halfway down the block and those 2 doors are still open. So let's just try to be a little more cognizant of that. Well, however you want to open it, I don't care. But anyway, you know, let's try not to let people in here. Paul's truck got whacked again the other night in the CD garage. Nothing happened. They stole a flashlight. But nonetheless, you know, once again, and you know, who's wandering down around in the garages? I don't know. The garages are nice and clean. Even smells good to go into the garage right now. It's kind of nice. Yeah, and couple more weeks before the striping will be done, but that will be done, and then you'll have to go through the whole process again. TJ assured me that next time they'll be a little bit more organized than they were this time. So for those of you that were complaining about the organization, let's look for some improvement. Did they get the new garbage deal in the CD garage yet? I know they've ordered one. And then I think she's going to order a second one. So that's for garbage, not for recycle. The garbage ones are red, recycle is blue. And then we're going to get something out door to door on recycling here very soon because we are getting worse, not better. At least I can say that in my building. Yeah.
I have a question.
Sure.
Okay, so this red thing, whatever you called it.
Dumpster?
Okay, so that's gonna be for the trash that we normally put down the chute?
It can be the same.
It's what you put down the chute.
I've been using the red one in the A building, but it's for things that will not fit in the chute.
It can be both.
It can be the regular trash,
Yes.
attract rats, because of,
No, we don't attract rats in our building.
but it's mostly dry stuff. You guys don't have trash in there.
Yes, we do. We've had red one from the beginning.
Oh, I thought it was.
Yeah, no, it's not an issue. But getting people to dispose of their things properly is a bigger issue than anything, so. Are you leaving us, Jan? Are you okay? Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's okay. No, so I don't know. I know that they're coming. I just don't know if they've been delivered yet, but I know that she's taking care of that. Then, and yeah, and they might not want to move them in until the garages were finished, so that's possible. So look for them in your building. You'll appreciate having them. They come in very handy, and I never paid any attention that they weren't in the other buildings, you know. So I don't know. And I will say something comical about Jackie's meeting was, you know, how hard she's looking on the property for the smokers to have a decent place to smoke. So I just said, have a good time. We've been through this for 15 years, so it's not going to change, but you do you. All the effort you can put in it. Yeah. Movies next month. The first one will be on Friday because we have the big dinner on Saturday. So Fridays, movies on May will be back to Saturday, except for the very first one, which will be May 3rd on Friday night. And there's a separate poster for that one. So just so you pay attention, we're not remaining on Friday. And I don't think I have anything else. So I'm going to move to you. Got anything on the events planning committee report, Francis?
Well, we've got a lot of stuff coming up. And since we're new, we've got a lot of work to do, and we're playing catch up. This committee has been basically hasn't been used for a few years, so we're playing catch up, and a lot of it is getting started. But we've got a lot of fun things planned. We've talked about the Des Moines farmers market again. Everybody seems to enjoy that, whether they go to buy vegetables or goods or whether they go to buy food. They have some fantastic trucks there, and some people just go to walk or to sit and look at the water. We're looking at going to the aquarium. We're trying to get more places to go that we can do a lot of stuff. Picnics on the beach were requested, and we decided that Alki Beach works because it's got the happy hour across the street for the people that like happy hour. So it's like a twofer, you know, you can go down and have a picnic on the beach, and then the people that want to sit around and drink fancy drinks with umbrellas can go across the street with that too. But we're getting a lot of interest in different things. We're going to try to do a lot of stuff that's not necessarily labor intensive. And the more drivers we have that are willing to work on the weekend, the more things that we'll be able to put on. And we're working very hard to get everything either free with your gold card or at a drastically reduced rate. And so that's a good thing. We can go to the zoo. They have a wonderful picnic area as well. And with your gold card, the zoo costs $5. They also have little buggies and different things that you can rent out and ride around on and check out. So it's a lot of stuff coming up. It's a lot of work, and we're getting it together. We have put the aquarium on for May. Hopefully it got on there in time. But we're going to do a lot of things, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing it, and we're going to take all suggestions. If you have some place that you want to go or something that you like to do that you haven't seen, put it on a suggestion slip, stick it in the suggestion box, and Sue will make sure I get it. Okay?
John, you're up next with the emergency committee.
Emergency committee. not much happening. We did train the CD building, or excuse me, the C building on how to take care of the stairwells. That was with Sue and Teresa, and they got a complete demonstration of how to cover the stairwells with lights. Billy, did you have anything else you wanted on the emergency committee?
Just that we have finished doing the floor monitor training. Other than that, we're good.
And I did bring a couple of flyers about how to do wellness checks. If anybody wants one of those tonight, we will be passing them out with the calendars this month. So everybody will have the guide of how to properly do a wellness check coming to your door. But if you want one tonight, there's a couple on the counter. Sue, do you have anything on facilities committee? Okay. Building guides, new I'm gonna cover this one. What the hell? No, building orientation tomorrow for new residents that have come in the last, what, 6 months? Yeah, will be tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So I expect to see all your happy faces of the building reps here. I will be here and a few extra people, and hopefully it'll be a good turnout and we'll get to know some of our newer neighbors. It's always fun. Anything else on that one? Okay. Bench progress. The bench is in progress. Our lovely young man, Andrew, broke his shoulder, but he is still working on it, and it's being built down at the tool shed on Delridge, which is anyway down there. And then it will be. I'm still working with Jeff Cole. Because they're going to put the feet on it, the concrete feet. And then so probably in June, maybe around Allen's memorial or party, we will dedicate actually that probably seems like a really good idea. Dedicate the memorial bench. And Kathy's still working on putting some quotes together, right? Kathy Rude, yep. And then maybe for the board meeting so we can pick one, Kathy. Okay. New shuttle driver's name is James. I haven't met him yet. Some people have met him, says he's a really nice guy, very helpful. So that's great. So haven't got anybody to come in here and talk about the rent increase yet, but I haven't given up on it either. So we'll just keep going on that. We've asked that these chairs be cleaned, not just in here, but definitely in here. And Jackie said it will be done, but I'm not sure if our guys are going to do it or the professionals.
She indicated to me that one of the people would do it and they have permission.
Okay, so hopefully that's going to be done pretty soon because these chairs are getting sort of pathetic looking. And Francis and I have been talking about food trucks, but food trucks are getting harder because, you know, when we got them through the pandemic, it was kind of fun because they were just happy to be out. It's very difficult to get them here now, but maybe for, you know, July or August, we can figure something out, but that's definitely a work in progress. Yeah, they're getting stolen, but they're very pricey. Then the other thing is, and I will take suggestions for this, because I haven't even got a funds in order, but so we have to do this later, but I was hoping that Brian would be able to come to the volunteer dinner, but he actually left for Thailand on Wednesday. So he will not be here. So maybe for our dessert auction in October. So this is something we can talk about over the next month or two. I would like to give something to Brian in appreciation. You know, we might bitch about things that don't get done around here, and how we would like things improved and things. But when you take a look around about what we have here and what we're allowed to do and everything that we do get to do, it's because, you know, Brian did the right thing when he put the wrap package together for this particular property. It's different than any of the other properties. But I said he just picked up the whole bill for us for all of our audio visual equipment when he knew we were raising the money for it ourselves. And he matched our funds knowing that that's what we were doing. And then bottom line is when we put it all together, he paid for all of it. You know, and he doesn't have to do those things. but he believes in what we do for one another. And so I think, you know, we need to find a way to say thank you to him. And I don't want to give him a damn plaque to put on the wall. So, over the next couple months, you can stick it in the suggestion box. It would be nice, you know, to do something nice for Brian, and I'm sure I could get him here to the dessert auction so we can do some kind of a presentation. But I really do think we need to say thank you. Because we wouldn't have what we have here without his involvement. So it's really important. And then I'm going to put I'll need a second. I need a motion on the floor for $97 for the party for tomorrow, if I can get a second. We put in the raft fund request, but it didn't get here. And that happens to us once in a while. So Billy and I went shopping today and we spent $97 that will get repaid. So we just need to authorize that. And I'm sorry, I really hate authorization after the fact, but it happened. So if anybody has any questions, it's what's locked in the refrigerator. Bobby.
I thought it was $250. Are you talking about the volunteer party?
No, that's our $250. No, this is raft fund for tomorrow's event for the new residents.
Oh.
Just snack trays and stuff. Yeah. But I put all the requests in at one time and none of them have come back yet. So anyway, any questions?
I'd like to have Jennifer take the orange microphone and cover the back, the orange microphone, cover the back. I'll try to cover the front.
Yeah. I mean, anybody that knows me is I don't ever like spending money after the fact or coming back and asking for it. So I'm sort of embarrassed to have to do it myself, but that's the way it is. But does anybody have any questions? Shelley.
Did you ever find out what's happening across the street for the promise to us from the owner of the land? He promised us.
Oh, no. Let's stick with the motion first and then I'll get to that.
Okay.
Okay, so all those in favor of the $97, which will be reimbursed, please raise your hand. Anyone opposed? Thank you very much. And I have a receipt for you, Joe. Back to Shelley's questions. I need to contact the WashDOT guys and maybe get an update. Maybe we'll try to have that for the May meeting and see if we can figure out if they've started doing any discussion at all about what they might be doing with that property. But we do know that they're coming up on the other side, on the 509 side. They've been taking them out of there. So, but anyway, yeah, I will continue to try to reach them and go from there. Bobby.
Sorry, I'm really tired, so I'm probably not gonna make any sense. I already lost my train of thought. Do you think that the Find It, Fix It, if I was to call them and say, can you take that graffiti off those blocks? Do you think that's something that they might do?
Yes, I think you can just take pictures of it and send it to Find It, Fix It. Somebody's put some lovely painting on there. They've taken it off once already when they first put the blocks up. But yeah, I noticed that the other day. But yeah, I would go ahead and do a Find It, Fix It on it. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, anything else under good of the order? Judy.
I know that there's been comments that that the washing machines and dryers were gonna get fixed. If you ever walk into the C building, anywhere on the first floor, when the dryer's washing is going, you can hear it. You can hear it in every one of the apartments on the first floor, maybe even up on the sixth floor. That's been going on for months.
We can check on that. I know that there's some more machines coming in, so hopefully that's on the high on the list.
If I was living in where Barbara's living.
No, we understand.
I'd go to the main office and I'd go to them and I'd say, no,
Judy, we know. Maybe we can,
Okay.
I'll try to
I
check
made
on,
my
I'll try to check on Monday and see where we are with getting that one replaced. There's another one that's really loud and noisy on another floor. And, but we have had some big replacements. Kathy?
Yes, if in fact anybody has any suggestions for a saying, preferably an uplifting saying, to put on our memorial bench, I am indeed collecting. Please tell me. Thank you.
Just to repeat what Kathy said, she's the one that's kind of in charge of gathering the sample. Shelley's dog. Printy. A little memorial plaque. It's not going to say in memory of, you know, maybe some quote or something like that. In remembrance, whatever. So if you have suggestions, please get them to Kathy Root so we can the board can go over them.
How many words should it be?
Well, I don't think there's going to be a limit. We have enough money to make a plaque. Maybe a little bit big.
Okay, my question is about the bed bug situation. Okay, you said when you're paying your rent, don't pay that part because your insurance pays it, right? Okay, what about cockroaches?
I
Because my
can't
neighbor-
answer the bug questions.
My neighbor paid that because automatic payment and it just went, and I know we shouldn't have to pay for cockroaches.
I agree with you, but here's the deal. If you have your rent on auto pay, okay, and we've gone over this one before, if you are on auto pay and you are having bug treatment of any kind, take your auto pay off and go in and manually pay your rent. Because it will, on your auto pay, it will take whatever is sitting on your ledger. And what happens when you put in your bug report, they move this money over to your, I think it's the wrong thing to do. It's weird bookkeeping to me, but however, that's how their system works. So then that money comes over and sits on your ledger. The claim goes in, and when the claim is paid, then that money comes back off your ledger and they're taking care of the service. So if that money is sitting on your ledger waiting for the claim, and you have auto pay and you've got $500 extra on it on your auto pay, it's coming out. So there's the key to not have that happen. Shut off your auto pay and manually go in and hit the key at the beginning of the month to pay your rent and only the amount you want.
Right.
It's very simple.
Right, and they'll pay for the bed bugs, but they say they won't pay for cockroaches.
I don't know how to argue
And-
with that. I don't think that they can
I
differentiate.
looked into it, and City of Seattle has a lot.
Right, that's what I said.
Supposed to
Right.
pay for pest
Right,
control.
so that's what I
So,
said. I
Don't pay it, is all I'm saying.
right. Let them argue with you and you can say, fine, let me talk to the bug people. Right. Yeah, I agree with you. You can't tell one bug from the other. A bug is a bug is a bug. Right. Okay, anyone else for good of the order? Seeing and hear, oh, Teresa? Oh, Teresa, would you like to give us a moment on the garage sale?
So on May 11th, Saturday, from 10 to 3 is what they call the West Seattle, the whole West Seattle region, garage sale day. And so SHAG is participating in that. We already paid our registration fee. And we have 14 tables to use, but we only have 5 vendors that signed up so far. So if you want to downsize, if there's anything you'd like to sell, please, you are welcome to sign up in the special events folder. And we're going to have another meeting on the 6th, which is a Monday at 11 o'clock in this room. So maybe go through your apartment and see what you don't want and sell it on Saturday. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a massive garage sale in the southwest end of part of the city, by the way. And so we are on the map, just like every other bazillion houses. So if you're into garage sales, go for it. Okay. Anything else under good of the order? Joe, you got some numbers for me?
Who's doing the?
Well, Sue Woodbury, we'll let Holly do it. She's gonna be better to do tonight. Holly, we're gonna stand up again. gonna make everybody get to know Holly. We're gonna let you pick a number again. 1 through 27, any number. 1 through 27.
22.
Please, number 22. You're donating it back? Oh. Pick another number.
17.
17.
Kathy Rude.
Kathy Brown. You get $25 gift card. Whatever you want. Okay. If there is nothing else, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move to bring dinner.
All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Thank you very much.
John, sorry about my dog.
Great meeting.
I have to remember to
Great
pick her up, 'cause she